Hello? This video is packed with information, so either don't watch it or watch it all the way to the end. Honestly, people in our country learn everything so literally and scientifically that as a teacher, I'm exhausted. Turmeric is good. Yes, it's great. You should always use it. But there are also risks you need to know about. However, for certain individuals in the population, it can even act like a potent poison. Following closely behind flaxseed and wheatgrass, turmeric is currently ranked as the third most popular and best selling herbal dietary supplement in the entire world, boasting approximately $12 million in total annual sales and continuing to grow at a steady rate of around 20% every year. Curcumin itself is a natural plant product that is carefully extracted from the root of the turmeric plant and is usually utilized as a common food additive. It has a mild aroma and its distinctive yellow color, and it probably doesn't have any side effects. But just because something is found naturally in the environment doesn't mean it is always entirely safe for us. There are plenty of things that are natural. Cyanide is natural, and so are lead, mercury, and plutonium. So you shouldn't assume that plants aren't dangerous. Remember, Socrates was also sentenced to death and executed by the hemlock plant. When it comes to using supplements as a potentially safer and more natural alternative form of treatment, we need to remember that any treatment with a significant biological or physiological effect is, in a way, introducing a drug into the body and carries the inherent risk of being toxic to the system. You can't assume that plant based substances are entirely safe and without risk, especially when they're ingested or taken in doses significantly higher than what's typically and naturally encountered in the diet. In the traditional Indian diet, as much as a full teaspoon of turmeric may be eaten on a daily basis, which is roughly the same as a very particular and specific quantity of fresh turmeric root. But when you carefully look at various peer reviewed scientific studies, the specific doses of turmeric powder used in that research have actually ranged from less than 1.16 teaspoons all the way up to 2 full tablespoons per day for a period of over one entire month. Even when you combine curcumin supplements with black pepper, which increases its absorption by 2,000%, it could be equivalent to consuming 29 cups of turmeric per day. Consuming this specific quantity can increase blood levels to the point where it could potentially lead to permanent DNA damage. At least this has been proven in laboratory studies. So, incorporating and consuming turmeric in food is much better than the use of concentrated curcumin supplements, especially during the period of pregnancy, to avoid any potential harm to the developing fetus. The single specific medical instance that has recently and frequently been highlighted within various clinical reviews as a contraindication for turmeric is that it can potentially trigger significant gallbladder discomfort and pain in people who already have gallstones. But in fact, curcumin can actually assist in protecting and supporting liver function and prevent the formation of gallstones, because it causes the gallbladder to contract more effectively and prevents bile from remaining stagnant within it. A study that gave participants a small amount of curcumin, roughly equivalent to a quarter teaspoon of turmeric, showed that their gallbladders contracted by about 29% in response. But when they increased the dose, it took about 40 milligrams to produce a 50% contraction, which is roughly equivalent to a third of a teaspoon of turmeric per day. That is exceptionally powerful and effective, but if someone has a gallbladder obstruction and happens to consume something that causes a strong contraction of the gallbladder, it can result in significant and intense pain. So, people with biliary health conditions should be careful and cautious when using curcumin. For others, this study demonstrates that curcumin can effectively assist in emptying the gallbladder, reduce the risk of gallstone formation, and may even help in the long term prevention of gallbladder cancer. One of the people I really admire is Dr. Greger, who is a specialist in plant based nutrition. He also has a channel on YouTube and has mentioned several times that turmeric contains oxalate. Don't worry, you don't need to be scared or feel like you have to throw away your turmeric right now. Essentially, this simply indicates that turmeric is a source of oxalic acid, similar to a wide variety of other common foods and spices, and even chocolate is known to contain oxalates. Therefore, it should be carefully consumed in moderate amounts. These can lead to the formation of crystals. The crystals either stay in the intestines and prevent the absorption of some minerals, or they form in the bloodstream and are excreted through the kidneys. This is what people mean when they say oxalate can cause kidney stones. But please don't worry. If you are not prone to developing kidney stones and your daily diet is already full of healthy plant based foods, there is no need to be concerned. So, with that in mind, who exactly should avoid turmeric? For individuals who currently suffer from gallstones, because turmeric triggers a reaction that causes the gallbladder to contract, and if you have gallstones, you'll experience extremely intense and agonizing physical pain. But if you don't have kidney stones or gallstones, adding turmeric to your daily diet is an absolutely wonderful and highly beneficial idea for your health. But the main question is, how much turmeric should we consume so that it doesn't harm our bodies? Currently, no major health organization has yet specified exactly how much turmeric is ideal for the human body, but Dr. Greger, after reviewing a wide range of scientific studies, suggests that about a quarter teaspoon per day is a safe and effective amount for almost everyone to consume. If you're using fresh turmeric root instead, about a quarter inch of the root should be sufficient for your daily needs. Well, a lot of people prefer to use it in its powdered form, so it's much more convenient for you to measure accurately. Again, don't worry, you don't need to be that precise about it. It seems best to use turmeric whenever you feel particularly good about doing so, and it seamlessly fits into your daily meal preparation. Even if you happen to miss a day and don't have it, please do not think that it is the end of the world. It's completely and perfectly acceptable to use it intermittently like this. Before we continue, since things are going to get a bit more serious and important from here on, I'd like to ask you, as a friend, to support me and this video in any way that you possibly can. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a thoughtful English comment, or share this video with others. Doing all of this really helps me stay motivated to keep going with this work. And if you don't want to support me right now, I completely and fully understand. In any case, thank you for being with me. Let's get back to the rest of the discussion. So, consuming too much turmeric may increase the risk of kidney stones because turmeric contains a lot of soluble oxalate, which combines with calcium and forms kidney stones. So, individuals who have a higher tendency to develop kidney stones should not ingest excessive quantities of turmeric and should carefully restrict their dietary oxalate intake to less than 40 to 50 milligrams per day. That means they shouldn't eat more than 1 teaspoon of turmeric per day. For example, people who have gout are prone to kidney stones, and if their doctor wants to prescribe a high dose of turmeric for gout inflammation, it's better to use curcumin supplements. That's because to reach a high dose of curcumin from turmeric, you'd have to consume a lot of oxalate and a large amount of turmeric. Yes, curcumin does have therapeutic properties for these individuals, but turmeric is not the right way to deliver curcumin to the body. Thank you for watching this video. Please, if you have any questions, ask them in the comments, and share this video with anyone you think it might help. Please take good care of yourself. Until the next video. Goodbye for now.